Let's see what's going on up in Greenland, which, by the way, is absolutely a U.S. national security problem. Okay, if you've ever looked at a globe, you know how close Greenland is to Russia, Moscow specifically. Okay, it's like 1,000 miles for real. Anyway, so back to the Munich conference. This is Fox News. They're saying Keir Starmer, or Starmer it's not Keir Starmer, excuse me. Starmer sends a UK strike group to the Arctic, citing rising Russia threat as Trump pushes a Greenland deal. So apparently Keir Starmer is sending a naval fleet up there because Russia's trying to get crazy up in the Arctic. And I just want to say, wow, the EU is going to start putting some more military assets up there to protect the United States. So even if the US doesn't control Greenland, they basically control Greenland because all these other countries are doing what we fucking told them to, and they're living up to their end of this partnership deal thing.
Please welcome to the stage the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Sir Keir Starmer.
We are not at a crossroads today. The road ahead is straight and it is clear. We must build our...
This guy gets fatter and fatter every single time I see him. I swear to God. Put down the cake and tea, my guy.
A hard power, because that is the currency of the age.
Is it?
We must be able to deter aggression. And yes, if necessary, we must be ready to fight, to do whatever it takes to protect our people, our values,
yeah, fair,
and our way of life.
Good. And again, I'm for that. I've answered this in like the comment sections of my videos previously. I am all for other countries having like a nationalist perspective of their country. I'm good with that. It's just that I'm American, so I'm going to have an American nationalist perspective, and I am going to champion the American imperialist perspective because it's the best one. And ultimately, I don't really care what you have to say about it.
And as Europe...
Now, we can have a debate on whether or not it's the best one, because it absolutely is. But me caring whether or not you are a nationalist for your country is not a debate. I don't care. That's fine. Listen, if I lived in England, I would probably be very pro-England. But I don't. I live in the United States, so I'm very pro-United States. It just happens that because I'm in the United States, I'm right.
Europe, we must stand on our own 2 feet. Defense, industry, tech, politics. And I can announce today that the UK will deploy our carrier strike group to the North Atlantic.
What's that, like one carrier and then a couple canoes, or what? What do we got?
On the High North this year, led by HMS Prince of Wales, operating alongside the US, Canada, and other NATO allies.
But listen, what's Canada got?
Powerful.
Canada's the one with the canoes, right? Like they're a couple people on walrus back, right?
Of our commitment to Euro-Atlantic security.
Well, good. We're glad. I appreciate you finally stepping up now that Trump is in charge and he's not going to allow you to continue to take advantage of the United States and its military assets any longer. Listen, ultimately, I think it's pointless that you're doing this. I really do think that this is just kind of a partial show of force and partial kind of like olive branch, like, no, please don't do this. Like, the EU really needs the resources that we get from Greenland. If you do this, we know that there's nothing we can do to stop you. So why don't I just send some people up there that aren't really going to do anything? Look, guys, we need Greenland. It's part of the Golden Dome. Anyway, obviously Greenland doesn't fucking like that, which is fair. For, you know, from their perspective, I guess, but that's only because they don't understand the benefits of becoming part of the United States. All right, so Greenland has decided that it's going to try and partner with Canada to increase its resilience on the global stage. Canada, failing country Canada. Oh my god, dude, What? Anyway, so some people will argue whether or not this is a reputable source of information. I'm not covering it because it's a reputable source of information. I'm covering it because it's a story that they decided to put out, and they think that it's, for whatever reason, good for Greenland and or Canada. So this is the CBC News on YouTube. This is a video that they put out, that Greenland wants to be more resilient and thinks Canada can help them out with that. Canada is a crumbling country. The entire western half is about to fucking leave. Oh my god, let's see what Canada can teach Greenland about being resilient. Oh Jesus, definitely subscribe to the... No, actually, you know what, fuck it, don't subscribe to these guys, I don't care.
There are so many small chunks.
Out on Casper Frank Muller's charter boat off Nuuk, Greenland's splendor is revealed. But its people are hurting. Donald Trump's attempt to treat the...
its people are hurting. Evil Donald Trump's attempt to ransack Greenland for its natural resources.
This place like a big...
As though their lives would be any worse off if they became a U.S. colony. Are you kidding me?
Real estate deal has left many feeling raw.
USS Raw Arctic. I love, well, not USS, but like Raw Arctic. Love that.
We live in one of the last untouched ecosystems on Earth. We have 56,000 people living on what's equivalent to 1/3 of...
This is one of the last untouched ecosystems on Earth, partly because there's like miles of ice on top of it, but you know, we're not going to mention that part. We're just going to say that we're good, like because it's untouched.
United States.
And that's a thing that we did, not a thing nature did.
8 square meter wise. So for us, it's all about staying together strongly. It's about being together, focusing on our families, and we're just hoping for everything to calm down quite soon because we don't want to be disturbed.
Yeah, you won't be disturbed. Listen, you're just going to have to raise a different flag over your buildings. That's the only thing that'll change. Oh, and also maybe, I don't know what your tax system is like, but you might actually get to keep some more of your money. And your money will be worth more, and you'll get more money in form of a stipend because we're going to be pulling resources off of your land. And no, it's not going to pollute anything or change anything. And yes, a pipeline is absolutely a green energy thing.
U.S. President Donald Trump says force is off the table for controlling Greenland, but many people here feel that
force may or may not be off the table. We'll see. I mean, I'm just saying, like, listen, the Trump administration is really good in terms of operational security. So, like, if he says force is off the table, I'm betting there's force being used right now, all right? And I'm a Trump supporter.
the threat is far from over, and it's essential that Greenland become more resilient against future threats. And they say that's where Canada can help.
How exactly, and again, this is the most laughable thing to me, that for whatever reason, they really do believe that if they're going to become more resilient, they need to turn to Canada for help on that. Like, why? No, dude, no.
Kim Kleist Eriksson is an Inuk carver from Sissimut.
Oh, okay, dude, I thought that was a toe. Oh my God.
Uses whale teeth and walrus tusks to make stunning pieces. His response to Trump's bid to take over his home has been unique.
I remember it was the day after when my youngest said she was scared. I was pissed.
No. See, because this is the same guy that I've seen on news stations previously that was out talking to a reporter saying, no, we don't want to become part of the U.S. We just want to be left alone. Like this is literally the same guy. Unless they all look like this is the same fucking guy. No way. Dude, I bet this story's not even real. I bet he doesn't even have a daughter.
I wanted to do something with my art.
So he carved a spirit, chomping on Trump's head.
So I created this kind of area where I just put Trump's head.
It's weird that he has an entire wall now, by the way. And it's also weird that he's one of the, like, he's pretending to be a representative for all of Greenland, right? For all of the residents there, all, like, 5 of them. And coincidentally, he also makes these figurines of demons chomping on Trump's head, and he's made enough of them to create a collage on the wall.
Below instead of the priest. So all the colonizers.
Seems an awful lot more than just wanting to vent your frustration with your art, right?
This is the land who wants our land.
I bet they're for sale too, aren't they?
I've created them like that.
So you immortalized Trump in...
Dude, look at these inbred... look at this. Look at this fucking smile. Are you kidding me right now? We need to jump in there and save these guys. They're inbred Inuits, man. We need to help them out, all right? We need to bring some diversity. Can we do that? Can we reach across the aisle? Can we bring some diversity to Greenland, please? Look at this. They're clearly only one generation deep in the gene pool.
in Bone, and that was a pretty popular piece, was it?
Yeah, indeed. It sold within 10 minutes after I finished it.
He says Canada can help Greenland get through this.
How exactly is that going to happen?
By focusing on shared culture.
They don't have a shared culture. Oh my God. Canada's, the culture that Canada is embracing is fucking French, and the Indian. But the entire western half of Canada, the sane people, they're fucking leaving. Are you kidding me?
And history. Near the peak of Trump's threats, Claes Eriksson received an email from Ottawa with some surprising news. This sculpture, based on the myth of an Inuk woman who inflicts vigilante justice, caught the attention of Canada's National Gallery. It wants to display it later this year.
Yeah, that seems like some fucking crazy shit that Canada would want to do, because it's not at all about improving their country or becoming resilient against the times and against economic and political turmoils or anything like that. It's really all about the grift.
I'd love to show my art to the rest of the world.
That seems exactly like something Trump would do, and also it seems to me like they're doing the best they can to put his name and his face and his art out in front of the world so that they can make him as much money as possible. So that's probably the payment that he's receiving for coming out and speaking out against the U.S. takeover of Greenland.
World, and Canada is one of the first.
And really, if you think about it for even 1 second, it all comes together. You just got to put it together. And I'm doing it for you. Definitely subscribe because I'm doing this for you.
Respond.
I do this for you.
To it, so I'm really appreciate that.
I think Canada did great.
So it's a bit of a model for you?
Yeah.
Others here see more potential Canadian connections. At 22, Nivi Rosing is Greenland's youngest member of parliament. Barely a year.
Yeah, oh boy. Can we take a guess on what her politics are gonna be? I mean, she's got fucking Inuit, like, earrings. Clearly of Asian descent.
A year ago, she was a post-secondary student in Ottawa, taking Inuit studies.
I just fell in love with Canadian culture, and there's so many Inuit.
I just fell in love with Canadian culture, and so I really think that Canada should take over Greenland.
And we're all connected. Language, culture, and even family ties.
Yeah, fucking right. Whatever.
Rosing returned home to contest the parliamentary election.
I did it!
And she won a seat. After Trump announced he wanted control of Greenland, she suddenly found herself engaging U.S. Congress members, trying to find a way through the crisis. She says no one in Greenland believes Trump is really giving up.
No, he's absolutely not. And nobody in Greenland believes there's anything they can do about it either. They're just not coming out to say that because, again, it is all about the grift. And again, Canada cannot do any... They're not even, like, claiming how Canada can help them or how Canada can help them become more resilient against anything, right? Like, they're not actually presenting any kind of reasonable argument that would convince me that Greenland and Canada working together is a good thing for both countries. They're not actually saying that at all. They're just coming out and saying, no, we just agree with Canada more, so them.
Dog owners are vaccinating their dogs so they can leave the country if there's any sign of an invasion. So people are very scared.
Even now, even after he's backed off?
There are 50,000 of you, my guy. Listen, they can quarantine off your entire village.
Yeah, because he's so unpredictable.
Yeah, that's fair, and that's also why many countries actually do what we fucking say, because they know that when Trump says this is a red line, he means this is a red line.
Rosing says the U.S. president seems focused only on Greenland's territory and its military value, whereas cultural links with Canada can be reinforced and celebrated.
We want closer ties with Canada. If it's culturally, if it's, business, if it's education, I think we want to work with Canada.
No, I think you want to work with Canada because while you were there, you found out all the money that you could make through all of these progressive organizations. I mean, let's just see all of the many hundreds of billions of dollars that the U.S. has found within its own country that has happened, right? Think about the organizations that you guys pay 60% of your income to every year, whether you like it or not, and think about all of the money that's being laundered from that.
Trump's threats brought Greenlanders together. Political opponents put their disputes on pause. But
maybe we'll get lucky and Greenland will separate from Denmark and actually become its own thing, because why does Denmark control it?
Unity is starting to fray.
Other than because everyone grew up with the Danish flag, why is it?
Greenland is a semi-autonomous territory of the Kingdom of Denmark, and almost 90% of the population...
I know, I've said that. I understand. Listen, I'm telling you guys the real things, and CBC sprinkles them in.
Are Inuit, or Kalaallit. Most here see full...
Yeah, that guy's definitely an Inuit. Oh, dude, that's an American dude if I've ever seen one. You guys would fit right in. And look, his irritated woman. You guys would fit right in. What are we doing?
Full independence as a future goal, but they're split on how quickly it should happen. The governing coalition says Greenland should go slower, while the opposition argues Trump's intervention should not delay it.
Since 2018,
Juno Bertelsen is with the opposition party called Nalarak.
the Greenlandic people has been seeking independence.
I imagine there's got to be some sort of reason for the tattoo across his nose. And all jokes aside, I would be interested to learn it.
Becoming a sovereign nation for many years. And it's a political fight that will not be abandoned.
And in that sense, Bertelsen believes a stronger Canadian presence in Greenland can help.
In terms of building on trade, cultural exchange.
Okay, a stronger Canadian presence in Greenland would help deter American expansion into it. Bro, Canada's trying to become part of the U.S. What you mean? You know what? Fine. Canada, take over Greenland. Because when you vote to become part of the U.S., Greenland will ultimately become ours anyway. And optics will be good for us, so whatever.
Education on the job market.
I could see Trump's 5D chess move here, man. If Canada goes in and Greenland decides to separate from Denmark and become part... I've figured it out. All right, check it. This is the 5D chess move for how the U.S. gets Greenland, okay? Greenland. Not wanting to become part of the United States, but also wanting to separate from the Danish community, decides to vote to become independent of Denmark. They go through that entire process. They become their own country. They strengthen their ties with Canada. Eventually, realizing that there's no point in them becoming their own country, they become a Canadian province. Meanwhile, the western half of Canada separates, realizes it's best to just become part of the U.S., so the western half of Canada separates, become part of the U.S. Canada then absorbs Greenland, and Canada's still able to remain some sort of country. But then, realizing that they cannot actually sustain any of the programs that they were sustaining from the money they were getting from the western half of the country, is going to collapse on its own policies and end up voting. All they need is one conservative in government there. They will end up voting to become part of the United States anyway. So Greenland, in an effort to remain independent of the United States, ultimately votes to become part of the United States of America. That is Trump's 5D chess move. Fucking bank on it. Definitely subscribe for me, to me, because I know that I'm going to be right about that, and I'm going to point back to this when I am. Thank you.
In all
You're welcome, Internet.
kinds of different sectors, we can have partnerships with Canada that gives us better stability in Greenland.
The crisis has also changed the way Danes and Greenlanders see and think about each other. We met Danish police officer Peter Euland as he was taking a polar bear dip in the freezing waters of Nuuk's Harbor.
What the fuck? We met Danish police officer who's taking a polar bear dip.
Oi! Actually, I'm very warm now because, you know, the feeling when you have cold hands and the warm is getting back, then this is going to be little sticks.
Yeah, okay, no, that was absolutely something I would never do in a million years. That guy is crazy.
In your fingers.
I'm so glad there's only 50,000 of them.
That's the feeling I have now, but it's very good. What about you? Have you done it? No.
These guys were bred for this environment.
Euland has lived in
Russia be damned, all right? These guys will do it all barefoot.
Greenland before, but he's here now on a temporary assignment.
It
Oh,
has
cool.
certainly moved us more together. I think that the people in Denmark, so as the people in Greenland, we are really proud of each other now. And we want to show everybody that we are together about.
Absolutely, man. Fucking Greenland proud, bro. Become independent. Do your own thing. Yeah, that'll end well for you, as I laid out earlier.
This.
Where things go from here is uncertain. But for Casper Frank Muller, an unintended upside of having the world fixated on Greenland means a lot more people are now thinking of visiting.
For quite a while, we saw a humongous interest from the world, and there was a bit of a hesitance coming from the outside world because of the statements by Donald Trump. And right now here in the aftermath, we see a really big interest of people wanting to go here. Again, Greenland is not for sale, but again, we're open for exploring. I think this current opportunity.
What makes you think we're trying to buy it? Listen, we're trying to encourage you to become your own country and then become part of any other country that you see fit, okay? Like, I'm not, and you've chosen Canada, and, you know, I'm not going to say that that's an advisable choice, but far be it from me to stop you from doing what is ultimately what you think is best for you. This is going to end well for you, trust me.
Opportunity should be explored.
I've laid all this out. Oh my god, dude. If this ends up being fucking real, it'll be the craziest thing that the Trump administration has ever done.
To a certain
That and somehow getting both Clintons behind a jail cell. That would be glorious.
extent.
Let me see both of those before the end of the 2026 year, and I will be a happy man.
The Arctic ice may be melting and shifting, but Greenland's determination to control its own destiny, with some encouragement from Canada, is not.
Yeah, definitely, fucking definitely do not subscribe to them. Anyway, so that's what's happening over in Greenland. That's what's happening, you know, all over the place. And to be honest with you, I can see the makings of Trump's 5D chess move here, and boy, is it gonna be glorious to watch happen. Appreciate anybody that was here. Appreciate anybody that watched it. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. All of the links for all of my things will be in the description of my video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.